Welcome everyone to the Incredicast podcast. I'm Adam Hurst. This time I'm actually with David Kerrigan
Hey, I'm back.
after the week off he's had. But today we're going to talk about the Dover race, a place where Kevin Harvick wins his
Fourth win of the
fourth
season.
win.
All last year he had 3 wins. We're not even halfway through the season and he has 4.
Yeah.
So
Kevin Harvick's on rails right now, but we're here to take you all the way through this race. Kyle Larson, who started on pole, what happened to him?
Well, he would have to start from last place. His pole that he worked so hard to get would become void because his front litter would be non-compliant. Whatever that means.
I don't know what it means, but
Too low, too high, too left, too right.
either way, Kyle Larson had to start from the rear, which would put a damper on his day, but he said it was fun passing all those cars. So no matter what, Larson had a happy day, I guess. But
Finished 10th.
yeah.
Got top 10.
But then later on, around lap number 2, 3, 4, somewhere in there,
10, 11.
Bubba Wallace got into Michael McDowell, sends McDowell spinning, and McDowell somehow saves it. So McDowell was able to continue for the rest of the day. Early
Really good job by
cautions,
him to
yeah,
save that
really
car.
good job. Early cautions seem to be the theme of each race throughout the weekend. Saw it in the trucks, Xfinity, and the Cup race topped it off. Later on, in our notes, we have Kyle Busch some drive shaft issues.
Yeah.
He said it wouldn't make it throughout the rest of the race.
Had a fast car, though.
Yeah.
He really did. In the top 3, right?
Yeah.
When that happened to him.
Top 3 all day, and then just randomly
So
goes away. But he said it wouldn't make it, and it didn't. But either way, he had a fast car. And his average finish for the spring race is actually, since it's actually around 30th.
wow.
So
Yeah.
So he has bad luck in the spring here.
Always had problems with his shaft here at Dover. So
Then later on, we had another caution with Corey LaJoy. He had a smoking problem. You could say his engine expired, and his day would be over. Then we had, after that, Austin Dillon. He took 2 tires and basically messes everyone up. That was the key factor.
yeah, when the whole field is on 4 new fresh tires and they're trying to drive on rails, like that 4 car was all day long, and you get a guy with a tattoo on his rear end who takes 2 tires like that. It just yeah. So
That would be the common theme, though. Later on, saw Landon Castle. He decided not to take any tires and messed everyone up. And
well, he doesn't count because
Oh yeah, that's right.
that's common for him. To mess
The double
everyone up.
zero.
Yeah,
But
twice as useless as normal.
something cool that we saw at the end of the stage, we had a fuel mileage stage in. People were trying to make it to the rest of the way. We saw Denny Hamlin didn't make it.
Stage end, really?
A stage
You
in
you run out of gas.
before the end of the
The
stage.
stage. Okay. I mean, yes, you do need stage points. They are important. They are very important. We saw last year Truex. He crawled all the way to Homestead so easily. It was a nice day. He crawled in the nice grass. It was a grassy green field for him all year long to get to Homestead because he had all of those playoff points and stage points. However, we have a lot of races.
Yeah.
This one stage, it's not really that important to run out of gas,
But he was able to crawl around the field, not getting lapped. But it was like 2 laps to go. He just slowly cruises it. Somehow makes it all the way to finish the stage, but does not go a lap down.
Wow.
So impressive.
Yeah.
But during that, Truex had a flat tire battling Brad Keselowski, and that would put him a lap down starting out the next stage. And then Larson had an uncontrolled tire, which would ultimately put him 3 laps down.
Yeah. He would have a really fast car all day long, and as we said earlier, he would in the rear during the early stages of the race. He'd pass lots of cars today.
Yeah.
Lots of cars. And so that was really sad for him to see him have even more issues. So
yeah. And because of the fuel mileage, Brad and Harvick had to have an intense battle while saving fuel. And
yeah, that was pretty awesome to see that battle.
Yeah, it was an awesome battle. It lasted like 30 laps. Then Brad decided to save more fuel. He'd rather finish second in a stage than get that playoff point. But Harvick wins stage number 1. Moving on to stage 2. Most important thing that happened in that stage. Harvick wins again. Second time he swept the stages. He did that at Las Vegas, which was, unfortunately for him, encumbered. So those don't matter. So he made those up.
Yeah.
Technically.
Oh, yeah.
Then stage 3, the major thing that happened was the shaft that Kyle Busch was complaining about. Well, it broke, and oil went everywhere across the track. Harvick said he about wrecked like twice because of all that he lost. NASCAR decided to wait to pull the caution out and decided, let's put him in danger of wrecking here.
Hard hit, though, into the wall.
Yeah.
For the 18 cars. That would end his day.
Then with pit stops, and this is where Landon stayed out. That allowed Boyer to get around Harvick and Brad because Landon was on the bottom, Harvick was on the bottom, Brad was on the bottom. They just lost all of that track position.
Yeah.
Boyer managed to catch up to Stenhouse, who took 2 tires, and then rain happened. But everyone thought the rain would end the race. No, it didn't.
Boy, was surely hoping it did, man.
Yeah, he was hoping for a rain dance. Maybe his rain dance would work. But no, that would not be the case. They would go back green. Harvick just decides, hey, let's whip him. 7 seconds that he won over Boyer.
He was on his rear end, though.
Yeah.
During that whole entire run, he was behind him. He kept closing the gap a little bit, every single lap. 3/10, 2/10.5, a tenth, and then right on him. And he got by him on the high line as the 14 car of Clint Boyer. He would get loose 2 times, 2 laps in a row. Coming out of turn 2. So
yeah,
he would finish P2. So really, really impressive finish for him. When you take into account how fast the 2 car was, the 78 car.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch, if we didn't have those problems. So yeah, really good day for him. And then as we talk about the 2 car Brad Keselowski, he lost 7 spots on pit road on that last stop. So
yeah, it was just something terrible happened to Penske's. Like Brad lost 7 positions, and Joey Logano had that penalty.
Yeah,
put him in the back. So
also on that last stop, they weren't sure if they got on all of the lug nuts, and they had to come back down when they had really good track position, the fight for a top 5. So
yeah, that seems to be the main theme of this year is the person that should win the race doesn't because they have pit stop issues. But we saw that at Texas with, again, Kevin Harvick being so dominant. We saw it at Richmond with Martin Truex.
Yeah.
So who knows what it's going to be like at Kansas? We'll find out this Saturday night. So who you going with at Kansas?
Whew. Man. Well, I do have to say about Kansas, there's a man who's coming back. He's back, baby. 2003 NASCAR Winston Cup champion, 2009 and 2012 Daytona 500 winner, Matt Kenseth. I hope he gets this race one, man. You know what? Choosing Matt Kenseth to win this race in the 6 car, which it pains me to see him in the 6 car. Stenhouse should go in the 6.
Yeah,
and he needs a 17, man.
Because Stenhouse started in the 6. I don't see why they.
It's a championship. He won a championship.
Yeah.
He won a title.
Maybe we'll see that next year because Matt Kenseth did say that he's planning on being there for at least a few years.
Man, I really hope he's there, man. That would be great.
So that's your pick this week?
That is my Matt Kenseth is going to win at his home track, right? Kansas, home track at Kansas. Man, I hope so too.
So I pulled a hat trick there with Boyer. Maybe we'll see a hat trick with Matt Kenseth.
It could be.
Could be. But for me, there's no stopping the 4. I think the 4 is going to go back to back on the road to 3 in a row again, possibly get that 4th win in a row too. But that is my pick. Look out for the 6 and the 4.
First time in a long time we said about the 6. Yeah. My goodness.
Whew. But that is not the end.
That is not the end
of Incredicast this week.
We have a weekly episode of your favorite show. You've been watching it at home, Netflix, Hulu, and cable, Keeping Up with Landon. So, how do you do? You get a poll?
No.
Top 5?
No.
Win?
No.
10?
Nope.
Top 20?
Nope.
Top 25?
Nope. Landon Castle finishing 30th in this race. His best finish was 21st at Bristol earlier this year. But
and that's it for this week's episode of Keeping Up with Landon.
Yeah. Which is not hard to do.
No, it's not.
But that is actually not the end either. Incredicast has some exciting news. We are going to bring up another podcast. It is going to be called Incredicast Faith. Would you like to tell us about what it's going to be about?
Yes. And for everyone on Twitter who's complaining about all these NASCAR podcasts around here with the bandwagon, hold your horses and keep your pants on, because this is not another NASCAR podcast. Incredicast Faith is our own podcast that we plan to do, where we discuss our own faith, where we discuss our own lives and how we really walk with Christ each day. It's about our own testimonies and our own faith, really.
Yeah. So it's really a place where you get to know us a lot more, because we don't really get to tell you about us much on this one. But you get to know both me and David here. Get to know us.
You guys care about us so much,
You
right?
care about us. Yeah. Looking at you, Kevin Smith. But yes, that is our big announcement that we said we would announce today. So, I have the channel down below if you'd like to subscribe early. And I believe that is all we have.
So, yeah, that is this week's episode of Incredicast. Kevin Harvick wins his 4th race, and Kansas is up on the horizon. Matt Kenseth will come back. Can the Chevys do anything? Probably not. And stay tuned for Incredicast Faith soon, coming up this time, sometime this summer. We'll have our first episode up. So yeah, hope you all have a great week.
And we hope you enjoy the Kansas race, where David thinks Matt Kenseth is going to win.
Shut up, Pat.
If he does, I don't know, because he doesn't have Twitter, but congratulate us. Tell them that we somehow predicted it.
Chose him. Sure, why not?
Show it up to Roush. Anyway, whatever. But that is our podcast this week. We'll see you next time, and enjoy the rest of your week.